satire, Alice in Wonderland. You remember that the walrus and the carpenter in that story were walking along the seashore because there was no such sand uh, and not enough oysters. There was so much sand and not enough oysters. They kept on eating and eating and weeping and weeping. What a picture of corruption! But in all of this, the believer should submit to his government. Verse 7. Render therefore to all their due. Tribute to who tribute is due, custom whom custom, fear to whom fear, honor to whom honor. Although there may be unworthy men in office, we are to respect the office. When I was in the army, I was told to salute the uniform. There were some folk in that uniform that I didn't care about saluting, but I saluted the uniform. We are to show respect for authority. A Christian will be the best citizen through his citizenship in heaven. That concludes that section. Now we move on to section verses 8 and 9. The title of this section is Relationship to Neighbors. So now we're going to get off government and go to neighbors. Verse 8. Owe no man anything, but to love one another, for he that loveth another hath fulfilled the law. Did you borrow your neighbor's lawnmower? Take it back. Take it back to him. Housewife, did you borrow a cup of sugar from your neighbor? Return it, please. Oh no, man, no one anything. In this, we find Paul saying that the believer is positively to owe no man anything but love. This is a great principle to guide Christians in installment purchasing. You may ask, do you think you should turn in your credit cards? No, you should cut them up. A plastectomy, Dave Ramsey. But anyway, this is J. Vernon McGee disagrees. No, but you had better be able to see your way clear in order to pay your debts. The believer always owes a debt of love to his neighbor. That does not necessarily mean that the next man next door, but all people with whom you come in contact. This love is not some sentimental thing. I get a little disturbed when I hear liberalism continually talking about love, love, love. How do you reveal love? Verse 9. For this, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness, thou shalt not covet. And if there be any other commandment, it is briefly comprehended in this saying merely, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Now, don't tell me that you love someone and are committing adultery with that one. You can call that love if you want to, but it is nothing in the world but sex. It is licentiousness. It is fornication, and it is sin in God's sight. God hasn't changed his mind about it. Thou shalt not kill. You can kill a person in more ways than pulling a trigger of a gun. You can destroy them by ruining their reputation. Thou shalt not steal. If you love, you won't get something dishonestly. Thou shalt not covet. He skipped bearing false witness. Okay. When your neighbor drives up in a new automobile, how do you feel about it? Sometimes we say, I wish we had a car and they had one just like it. What we really mean is that we would rather have that car than see them have it. Paul is saying that our love for our neighbor is revealed in what we do rather than what we say. He is not putting the Christian back under the law. He is saying that the love manifests itself in not committing adultery, not killing, not stealing, not coveting. You can talk about love all you want to, but if you commit these acts against your neighbor,